royal folks. It's good to see you all here again. This is your regular dose of royal news and analysis. Before we move on to any further details, I would really love to thank you all for your enormous love and support. But before we delve into further discussion, if you haven't subscribed, come on, guys. What are you waiting for? Hit like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell ASAP. Thank you so much for your time and support. Let's start the video now. Exclusive. A royal expert has shared what dangers Prince Harry could face if he makes a documentary about his late mother. Prince Harry could be heading into turbulent waters once again. As reports suggest, the Duke of Sussex and his wife, Meghan Markle, are considering a new Netflix project centered on his late mother, Princess Diana. While the idea of a tribute to Diana may appear heartfelt and deeply personal, royal commentators are cautioning that such a move could further endanger Harry's fragile relationship with his royal relatives, particularly King Charles III, Queen Camilla, and the Prince and Princess of Wales. The speculation comes just weeks after Harry and Meghan renewed their contract with the streaming giant in what is described as a first-look arrangement, one that allows Netflix first refusal rights to the couple's proposed projects. If the Diana documentary does move forward, it is reportedly planned for release in 2027 to coincide with the 30th anniversary of Diana's tragic death in a car crash in Paris. An industry insider quoted by The Sun suggested that Netflix would be eager to greenlight such a project. If Harry wants to do it, then Netflix will bite his hand off, the source reportedly said. However, not everyone views the potential project as a safe or strategic step. Speaking exclusively to Express.co.uk, royal expert Richard Fitzwilliams warned that the film could present enormous dangers for Prince Harry's attempts at reconciliation with the royal family. Since stepping back from royal duties in 2020, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have often leaned into their connections to the monarchy to sustain public interest and commercial opportunities. Their $100 million Netflix deal, signed in 2020, gave rise to the controversial six-part docuseries Harry and Meghan, which aired in 2022 and attracted global attention while reigniting tensions with the royal family. The new contract renewal, although reportedly less lucrative than the original, keeps the Sussexes tied to the streaming platform for upcoming projects. Netflix's chief of content, Bella Bajaria, recently hailed the couple's documentary as an enormous success, despite criticism from some quarters of the British press and royal commentators. According to Fitzwilliams, Netflix will be eager for another royal-centered production. They want something royal from the couple, whose royal links are their only claim to fame, he noted. With Princess Diana remaining one of the most beloved and enduring figures in modern royal history, a documentary in her honor seems like an obvious commercial winner. Yet Fitzwilliams argued that while Harry's love for his mother is unquestionable, something made abundantly clear in his memoir Spare, the execution of such a project must be handled delicately. Diana was like a meteor. She was the world's most glamorous woman, whose charitable activities have rightly become legendary, he explained. But she was also manipulative and had a fatefully symbiotic relationship with the media. Any documentary about Diana is bound to be emotionally charged. Often described as the people's princess, Diana was celebrated for her compassion, glamour, and groundbreaking charity work, particularly in raising awareness around HIV/AIDS and landmine clearance. Her humanitarian efforts made her an icon far beyond the borders of the United Kingdom. However, her personal life was fraught with challenges. Her marriage to then Prince Charles disintegrated in the public eye, culminating in the so-called War of the Waleses. Diana openly discussed her struggles with mental health, her loneliness within the monarchy, and her awareness of Charles's relationship with Camilla Parker Bowles, now Queen Camilla. Given the delicate nature of these issues, Fitzwilliams warned that revisiting Diana's life in a Netflix production could pose significant risks for Harry. If the proposed documentary featured anything controversial, it would gravely endanger the reconciliation Harry has said he wants with his family, the royal commentator said. Prince Harry's relationships with his father, King Charles III, and his elder brother, Prince William, have been strained for years, particularly since Harry and Meghan stepped back from royal duties and relocated to Montecito, California. The publication of Harry's memoir Spare in early 2023 deepened divisions. In the book, Harry accused William of physically attacking him during a heated argument and criticized his father for perceived shortcomings in his role as a parent. These revelations, paired with accusations made in interviews and in the Netflix docuseries, left Harry estranged from much of his family. According to Fitzwilliams, the prospect of a Diana documentary risks widening those rifts even further. William, who has often been protective of his mother's legacy, may perceive the project as a commercial exploitation of Diana's memory. Meanwhile, the presence of Queen Camilla, whom Diana once famously labeled as the third person in her marriage, adds another layer of sensitivity. This program, especially now that Camilla, the woman Diana regarded as her rival, is now queen consort, potentially has enormous dangers for Harry's future relationships with his family, Fitzwilliams explained. The expert emphasized that while a reconciliation between Harry and the rest of the royal family seems unlikely at present, maintaining peace is essential. Any missteps that reignite conflict would not only be personally damaging for Harry, but could also permanently entrench divisions within the House of Windsor. Peace is essential, Fitzwilliam stressed. This documentary, if it happens, could restart conflict. For Netflix, however, the prospect of conflict may not be a deterrent. Controversy, after all, drives viewership. The couple's previous documentary attracted millions of viewers precisely because of its candid and often controversial insights into royal life. Should Harry proceed with a Diana-focused documentary, it would likely garner enormous attention worldwide. The question remains, would Harry be willing to risk long-term family ties for short-term commercial success and the chance to honor his mother's memory on his own terms? Harry has spoken frequently about his grief over Diana's death and how it has shaped his life. In interviews, he has described being haunted by memories of the night she died and the challenges of growing up under the glare of the paparazzi, press intrusion that ultimately contributed to her fatal accident. In Spare, Harry wrote movingly about his enduring love for Diana and the profound sense of loss he still feels more than 25 years after her passing. For many, a documentary created by her son could be seen as the ultimate tribute. But the stakes are high. If handled poorly, the project risks being perceived not as a heartfelt commemoration, but as an opportunistic move that exploits Diana's enduring popularity for commercial gain. The royal family, already wary of Harry and Meghan's media endeavors, may see it as another attack, this time cloaked in sentimentality. Public reaction to the potential project is likely to be mixed. Diana remains a figure of deep affection for millions worldwide, and any respectful retelling of her life could be warmly received. However, critics are likely to accuse Harry and Meghan of once again monetizing their royal connections. In the UK especially, where opinions about the Sussexes are deeply divided, the project could further polarize public sentiment. While some will admire Harry for continuing to honor his mother, others will argue that he is reopening old wounds and jeopardizing fragile family relationships. As of now, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have not confirmed whether a Princess Diana documentary is in development. Their Netflix contract gives them freedom to pitch projects, but whether this one materializes will depend on both strategic considerations and personal calculations. What is clear, however, is that the potential project has already sparked debate about loyalty, legacy, and the fine line between tribute and exploitation. For Prince Harry, who has expressed a desire to reconcile with his father and brother, the decision could be one of the most consequential of his post-royal life. If he moves forward, he risks reopening old family wounds and further alienating himself from the monarchy. If he declines, he may miss the opportunity to tell his mother's story in a way that feels authentic to him. As the 30th anniversary of Diana's death approaches, the world will be watching closely, not just to see whether the documentary happens, but also to witness how the story of Diana continues to shape the House of Windsor, her sons, and the monarchy she forever changed. So, what do you think about this news, guys? Write down in the comments what you think and let me know. Until then, Guess we'll just have to wait and see if things turns out to be something after all. Subscribe now and become part of a community dedicated to diving deep into the stories that touch our lives. Your support is more than just a click. It's a commitment to staying connected and engaged with what matters most. As simple as that. Thank you so much.